Yo! Alright, everyone, so welcome back to the channel. So we're finally at episode 13, the season finale of Tower of God, and I must say it's been a very interesting experience reacting to this series. If you've been following since episode, what, 3? I've been doing live reactions for this, so, and I think this is the most live reactions I've done, at least on one particular series, or at least one thing on this channel, so gotta start somewhere. But anyway, of course, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the final episode of the season as well as this series on a whole. And I guess let's get right into it. Of course, last time we left off with everybody jumping on the Raquel hit bandwagon. So let's see how it turns out. Hopefully Bam's character starts being pushed in the right direction and being set up for season 2. So let's get right into it. Hmm. You know, the interesting thing about all of this, we don't know, well, we don't know Bam's past really, but we don't know Raquel's past either.
始まりですよ。
ごめんね、夜。呼んでる。私は塔を登るの。私のことは忘れて。塔が私を呼んでいるの。
Wait, what? Back on the first floor?
多分ここが私の人生のピーク。
Oh wow, so it's all downhill from here, huh?
ですから、塔が呼んだのはあなたじゃない。黙って。しかと見届けなさい。救世主とやらの目覚めを。
Interesting. So this is putting a very interesting twist on
だって夜は私を追いかけてきただけでしょ。なんで夜ばかり。夜なんかに。
You know, this is, I love this.
これからどうなるか見ものですね。まあ、そこにあなたはいませんが。
This makes things much more complex than I initially thought.
やれやれ、その程度の神の水で。あまりにも弱い。内からにじむ醜さには辟易としますね。かけらもない。
Yo, what a style Raquel some youths.
私どうしても星が見たいんです。王冠は奪わないから。だって夜を殺すなんて私には監視。
ああ、あの少年が我々の求むものにふさわしいか。あの少女は餌だ。
話が違う。だってあいつが私の身代わりになるんじゃ。やめろー。なんで助けるの。やめてよ。だって私は夜を殺さなきゃ。
嘘をつけってこと。
簡単なこと。
ありがとう。宝さんの葬儀に参加してくれて辛かったよね。
もう決めたこと。夢を叶えるためなら全部を捨てる。そう決めたの。
ラヘル。
Yo, is it?
嫌だったよね。それとも
逃げてよ夜。私あなたを捨てたの。逃げて。どうしても星が見たくて。逃げて。
You know, I'm interested to see what everybody else thinks of this episode, or just Raquel in general.
あなたも捨てていいんだよ。じゃないと私、本当にあなたを。あなたには、もうあなたといたら、私。
僕、あの洞窟にいた頃とは違うから。
私、星になれない。
仲間もできたし、ちょっとは神の水も使える。
Dark.
だから大丈夫。一緒に塔を。
あなたとは登れない。
君の望むものは
私は強くて優しくて誰からも愛される夜の代わりに
塔の頂上で一緒に星を見るんだ。
あなたの代わりに星になる。
ラヘル。
ごめんね、夜。今そんなこと。
うるせえ。俺は塔を登るために。
Chillax, brother, just relax.
いいからもう黙っとけ。
試験は終了。クソみたいなルールを。いや、塔のすべてを変えてやる。だから登ろう。ラヘルと共に。
は？
俺は真実を求めて上に登る。
Oh, interesting.
何言ってんださっきから。レロロー？大丈夫です。すべて計画通り求めるものを使う。
夜はあんたのこと本当に大切に思ってたよ。
歩んだ道を誇れるあなたである。
分かってる。
いや、分かってない。分かってたらあんたはこの場所にいないだろう。あんたより先に出会いたかったよ、夜に。
Dog.
愛されていたのね、夜は。
Dog. Dog, like. Raquel just a short.
一度離れた者が再び出会っても二人が完全に元に戻ることはない。誰もが喉から手が出るほど欲する力を持っているのに。
そんなものどうでもいい。
救世主にもこの塔の神にもなれる。この世のすべてを知る鍵を持っているのに。
だから僕が知りたいのは。
なら登りなさい。それ答えを望むならば私は
Yo, alright.
塔の上に答えがあるもんか。答えは僕が見つける。僕が決める。そのために僕は登るんだ。
ようこそ神の
To the toll of God, yo!
何を望むのか。塔を登ればすべてが手に入る。
Yo!
塔の頂上にはこの世のすべてがあり、この世界を手に入れられる。神になれる。これは星を見たくて塔を登る少女ラヘルと、そんな彼女がいれば何もいらない少年夜の終わりと始まりの物語。
Yo! Yo, all I can say is that, yo. Is there any after credits? Woo! Yo, yo, Jano, not gonna lie, that like even for the fact that that episode didn't have any like action per se, that was easily the best episode of the season, and like I say that with no hesitation. Episode 13, the finale of Tower of God, yo, like, so many moving parts. Yo, I have to say, like, the decision to kind of make it more so a flashback episode, but from the perspective of Raquel, was a really, really good move. Like, I was kind of expecting to have it be like mainly centered on Bam and leave mostly like Raquel for like the last few minutes, and most of her screen time probably would have been relegated to like season 2. So that's what I was expecting, and then for like Bam to be built up and his motivations for like his new motivations for wanting to climb the tower, which was also touched on at the end there. But honestly, the decision to just focus on Raquel gives like another perspective, another dimension on the conflicts to come, and it's really engaging. Like, I know persons have like compared this to One Piece, and like this episode in a sense kind of gave me some One Piece vibes, in the sense that there's so many moving parts going on, and the fact that there isn't necessarily any action, but there's world building, in the sense that everybody's aims, desires, and the conflicts that are to come, they're in plain sight, and it's like everything is heading towards this crash course that's like, I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Like, that's that's what I'm basically trying to say. Yo. Yo. Alright, so that's my initial impressions of the episode. In terms of a review, as I said, it's easily the best episode of the season, if I'm being honest. Definitely the characterization of Raquel, it's like like, I know they want us to hate Raquel. The writer, I forgot his name, but obviously the aim is to hate Raquel, and I know a lot of persons jumped on the bandwagon of hating Raquel on last week's episode, which is, at this point, even based on some scenes in this episode, that's easy to do. Honestly. But honestly, just the characterization, there is something astoundingly or refreshingly human about Raquel's character to me, in that it's so flawed. Like, it's very humanizing what this episode has done to her, and I think part of the reason why it like really vibes with me, in the sense that they've mostly held off on Raquel and what she wants and things from her perspective for like majority of the season, and just to get it all here in this episode, like, mm, it's something else. And the fact that like even she was even there when Bam just entered the tower, yo, like, that changes everything. So I think it was the fact that, and it's like even the fact that she's really flawed is reflected even in the dialogue that shit, I forgot the guy's name on the first floor, the guy that has a Jiraiya, same voice actor, Jiraiya. I'll probably put it up on screen here, but basically, just paraphrasing, he was basically saying that the vibe that he was basically getting from Raquel, it's very unsettling. She has no charm about her. Like, I think those lines basically set the theme and tone for Raquel's character, and just the aim that this episode set out to accomplish, and it did accomplish. Raquel is a character that, even though no, let's put it like this, it goes back to what I said before. People change for their goal. That was the theme that has continually been the theme that I've been trying to push with these reviews, and I've said, and they basically reaffirm or basically confirm that with this episode. Well, they even said in episode 1. But the fact that, yo, yeah, shit, that was so over the place. This episode did an awesome job of setting up things for Raquel's character, and it did an awesome job, if I'm being honest. Just the fact from day one that she took care of Bam, And the fact that we've seen it in previous episodes, she's basically like admitted it that even though she cared for Bam, she was annoyed with him at the same time. And the fact that she has this goal and she wants to be special, and she always viewed Bam as someone that wasn't really that special. There's nothing really about him. He doesn't even remember anything about himself. And the fact that he's put into the picture, put into the path that she believes that she should be on, it kind of sprouts this jealousy. But at the same time, she's not pure evil. So even though the test was for her to climb the tower was to betray Bam or to kill him to actually go up the tower, we see on multiple occasions throughout this episode that she could have killed him like multiple times. But the fact that she isn't pure evil, it goes back to that human flaw that they've established with her character, that even though I wouldn't say she's sympathetic, but she could still be based on, whenever we learn more of her backstory. But it's not that right now she's not sympathetic, but it kind of goes back to that human flaw that they've established with her character, where she has this goal, she is kind of shallow, and as as they put it, there's no charm about her, but at the same time she's human and isn't pure evil. So we see that reflecting the fact that she can't kill Bam, like, even though she has like a million opportunities to, and it's only at the last second that she actually decides to go ahead with it. Like throughout the episode, we see her having second thoughts, even when she was asking like, yo, maybe I can climb the tower with him. But it just doesn't end up that way, because the powers that be have placed her in a position where, the test is still on. Is either you kill Bam or you don't get to climb the tower. The tower wants Bam. But it's interesting to note that all while this is going on, we have the revelation that the tower has something that they need, or they're seeking from Bam. It's himself. Obviously, we know throughout the season they've highlighted in one way or another that there's something special about Bam in comparison to everybody else, but it's really on display or in this episode, but the fact that the test administrator, the guy with the blonde hair, basically orchestrated the plan with the woman that was actually injured by Bam during the crown game, that she was in with the administration all this time. This is wild to me, but I guess it's to be expected, because even with like last episode when Yuri's navigator was saying like, what's a navigator doing here? So, and the fact that he recognized her, I guess I should have like paid attention to that and like noticed something was up with that, but wasn't thinking at that time. But the fact that the tower needs Bam and kind of use the conflict, yes, it is conflict between Bam and Raquel to their advantage, so that they could get their hands on Bam, as well as allow Raquel to go up the tower, because at the end of the day Bam's only there for Raquel, so they just made use of Raquel so they could get their hands on Bam. So it kind of makes me wonder, what does the tower want with Bam? Or is it that there are certain persons in the tower that have been waiting for somebody like Bam to actually come along so they can overthrow the current administration? So you see, it's starting to become like much more complex than the series initially let on. And I guess this kind of ties into the fact that this part of the series is a prequel. So as we go deeper and deeper, I can see like the stakes and the conflict and everything, all the plot lines they're building, they're developing, and things are becoming more complex, which is pretty good, because I'm really invested in finding out what's going on or what was going to happen next. No. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. And the fact that now Bam, and well, probably not 100% to how I wanted it, but no, he has another drive, an additional drive to climb the tower to decide and find out the truth of what's really going on here between, well, regarding the tower itself is what I'm saying. So that's good, because Bam's character needs to slowly change, that 180 become a savage, but at the same time it's not like a complete, like a sudden 180. It's obviously building up our system to be a gradual change, and I like that as well about this episode. Bam doesn't immediately turn his back on Raquel. Granted, he doesn't really mention Raquel in terms of when he says he's going to climb the tower to decide, find the truth, his own truth, and he'll decide it. I like those lines because like yo, it really showcases that yo, this person hurt me. I'm not really fixated on her. No, it's probably like the immediate reaction, and I need to find out the truth. So it's more of a gradual change. They're being set up with Bam there, and I like it. At the same time, obviously some conflicts are being set up between Raquel and Kun. So there's that. And as we go along, Raquel's character slipping deep into the I guess the negative side of like human character is what I'm saying, because the more she goes along, the more she changes for her goal, and it's plain to see as we go along. We see her starting laughing more maniacally. That's like I legitimately felt some hatred towards Raquel in this episode, and some like I wouldn't say sympathy is not the word, but yeah. All I can say this is easily the best episode of the season, and I hope season 2 comes sooner than later. Yeah. Yeah. So final thoughts, awesome episode, awesome setup for like the different factions here between the tower having their own agenda, and of course some administrators like Leroy Rowe, you know, going on his own adventure along with the other administrator, I forgot his name as well, the kind of the redheaded one that's kind of crazy, or gets too enthusiastic about doing stuff. So he's going on his journey. The tower has its own agenda apparently, and maybe even the administrator, the yellow here, has his own agenda separate and apart from Jihad. And of course we have conflict between Raquel and Kun, and it's going to be interesting to see the rest of the group learn more about Raquel as they go along. So yeah, the characterization for Raquel definitely interesting, and the new motivations and drive for Bam, there's that. So at the end of the day, I say there's a lot of interpersonal and emotional conflicts, but there are things outside of the conflicts of the character that's going on to make the world feel alive, is what I'm saying. Similarly to a One Piece. And the events and things that are going to be taking place outside of the interpersonal conflicts for the characters are sure to affect the characters as well. Especially since falling in line with those events that are happening outside the characters like Kun are going to want to delve into that later on, because he wants to change the tower entirely. So all I can say is Tower of God, well done, well done. I know it's all over this all over the place for the review segment, but let me know what you guys think. All the same. What are your thoughts on this episode? Of course, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about Tower of God on a whole. And of course, let me know if you want me to do like a probably next week, maybe like a 10-minute video, or probably a bit less, giving like my final thoughts on this season of Tower of God. And then I know the following week we'll be getting into God of High School, so I'll be doing live reactions to that, so look out for that. So yeah, this has been a lengthy one, but to be expected. Rate, comment, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and Shadow. See you guys in the next one.